Thank you, Mr. Daniel. I absolutely forgot about that. For some reason, my phone is also on. There we go. I hope you can hear me now. Happens to the best of us, huh? Now you can hear me, yeah, okay. So let me just say all of those things that I already said once more, starting from the beginning, which is that what I'm going to do here is the second battle. Now, in the previous video earlier today, I did the first battle, which was an attack, and successfully won the battle. Managed to capture this BT-2, the Russian tank, although not sure if I should really call it a tank. It only has machine guns on it, but it is absolutely just dandy at mowing down infantry. And in the first few battles anyway. And I guess that was you, Daniel. Yes, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. And so, in the first few battles, just like I haven't been able really to research so many tanks, or I kind of have, but that's my niche that I'm trying to play here, is going tank heavy with the idea that the AI is not going to go tank heavy, and so then I can kind of utilize that imbalance of force there. But what I think I might want to do is, because it's a defense mission and I already have the small defense research here. And this small defense research basically means that I will have allied soldiers already on the map, controlled by the AI, not controllable by me, but controlled by the AI, that will automatically be on both of the objectives and defending the objectives for me. Because I don't have any transport trucks. You can buy things like let me just find it real quick here. You can buy things like this, the Opel Blitz transport, and if you buy this and you put it into your army, then when you spawn your units, you can put your infantry into the truck and then quickly use that truck to transport your troops to the objective, get them to set up, and you can then get a couple of minutes, maybe even 3 or 4 minutes, it depends. You can get a few minutes of free time, let's say, to build some defenses, or at least set up your infantry within some houses, or to dig some foxholes, and just generally have a much stronger defense going on. But I didn't research the truck. I wonder if I have no. And I don't have any research points left here. We see I already used them all. But I do already have the small defenses set up. So even though my infantry will have to foot it to get there, I can still send the BT-2, I can still send the two Panzer IIIs ahead of them, and they'll be able to defend just fine, I think, in the meantime, while the infantry follows up. Now, the only other issue I can think of that might happen is because it's a defense match and not an assault. When you're doing the assault, as soon as you capture both objectives, the game is finished. That's it, done. In this one, for defense, you have to wait for the resource ticker to tick up to 1,000 points, and then the game is over. But if you're using, say, just a couple of tanks to constantly shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot, they can actually run out of ammunition. They can run out of HE shells. They can run out of MG ammunition. Your infantry too can also run out. As long as they are being utilized well and they're not dying, which is what I would consider to be being utilized well, then they can also start to run out of ammunition. So, having talked now so much about this ammo crate and the ammunition, I might as well bring it. Unfortunately, in the first battle, I also did bring an ammo crate. Somehow completely forgot about it, and they were assassinated, and I had no idea that it happened at all. Completely forgot I had it, left it lying on the battlefield, and so the resources I spent to buy the crate were totally lost. So if you're watching and sorry, let's say this is a good idea to help new people. I don't know your experience in multiplayer, but are you planning to make some kind of guides to beginners in multiplayer? Well, I had no plan. I am a man with no plan other than I would like to help people understand the game better and help them to play it. And I really enjoy this mode, the Conquest mode. I think it's really interesting with your ability to scavenge equipment and build up your army that way. But also that you can replay the Conquest again in so many different ways. So in this one, I'm going tank heavy. So I'm spending most of my points trying to research new tanks. But I've also tried playing it a few different ways, such as going artillery heavy first, or taking mortars, or just spamming infantry. And they are all like interesting ways to play. Are there planes? There aren't planes except for one special support unit. Let me see if I can find it. There is a support unit that can, here. It's called an airstrike. So you can unlock an airstrike, and you can bring in an airstrike to bomb something, but it's not specifically like a unit you can have on the field constantly doing something for you. You bring it out for a strike. It bombs something, it's very effective at bombing things. It will delete things from the map for you for sure. But a lot of the time these are long battles. Long battles. And so a lot of the time it comes down to attrition or being able to outplay your opponent in terms of either your setup and how you play, but then also you can outplay the AI with the research tree. And this is the really interesting thing. I like it. But going back to Daniel Saxon's question here about the multiplayer, I haven't actually played much multiplayer, but if that's something that you guys would be interested in for the multiplayer, I can definitely look at doing that. And the same principles apply anyway. It's not like it's a different game. You're still playing the same game, but in a different way. So you can still utilize the same principles of using defenses, taking control of key units to get the most out of them. Like using direct control on a tank, or using direct control on an anti-tank rifle infantry unit to get the kill on a tank that's attacking you. And the direct control mode is really interesting, and I think it's kind of a unique thing to these kinds of games. I haven't seen many other games where you can play it both like as an RTS and also as a third-person shooter. So it's nice that you can kind of switch between those two things. Yeah, co-op campaign, it has co-op campaign. You can play this with your friends. And in the first video, another viewer asked, or was saying that it seems like there's a lot of micro, there's a lot of macro, and controlling your units does sometimes feel like a lot of work because there's a lot of units, there's a lot of things attacking you, and lethality is high. Your units die really easily, so do opposing units, they also die really easily. So you kind of always need to be thinking about it, preparing, and paying attention to them so they're not just dying. Because once your units are dead, they are gone unless they're bleeding out, in which case your medic can revive them. But otherwise, once they're dead, you would then either have to resupply and buy more men to refill the squad, or the unit would be totally wiped out, and you would have to purchase a whole other unit. In which case then, this comes into the kind of the meta game of the resources that you get, and how you manage to keep your units alive and resupply your units using these resources that you are given. Excuse me. So I wanna use tanks because I think that probably the AI does not have any good tanks at the moment. This is a hard game in multiplayer. If you don't have experience in Men of War series, it takes a lot of hours. That's why I asked. It would be a good thing for the community with multiplayer guides. Yeah, sure, I get what you mean. I mean, multiplayer in these kinds of games can be brutal, really brutal, for sure. I mean, I've already done some videos on Steel Division 2, and that game is also absolutely brutal in multiplayer. It seems like games have become so popular, people have become so experienced with games these days that if you're a casual player, it can be it can be a little bit hard to have fun in multiplayer, I would say, you know, and so a lot of the time, I feel like if you want to just have fun and relax, probably the co-op or the single player is going to be the thing that you want to do, you know? So let's see. I do have 169 resources left. You know, I could throw another regular infantry squad in, but having talked so much about the ammo crate, I'll bring the ammo crate. And if you are watching, you can please remind me not to forget about the ammo crate. Don't let them die and go to waste again in the second video. It's so hard to keep track of everything. So if you can help me with that, I'd really appreciate it. I'll throw the ammo crate into the second stage here, okay? And we'll see if we can actually put it to some use. So that should be enough. I'm gonna start this one here. Let's see. This is the map that we're gonna play on. Okay. Few buildings for infantry to hide behind. Which can be an issue, you know, if you're sending your tanks ahead without infantry support. I like to play with the fog of war on. It gives it a, you know, a more realistic feeling. But that way then, you know, if you're sending a tank by itself, it's restricted to that cone of vision. And anything outside of that, you know, could throw an anti-tank grenade, could use an anti-tank rifle on its flank or its rear armor and disable it. So ideally, you wouldn't send, you know, tanks into close quarters or near buildings like this without having sent infantry either around them or into them first to make sure that the tank isn't going to get wrecked by something. But having said that, maybe none of the objectives will be even near any of the buildings. We'll see. I do like these aerial photographs though. They are pretty cool. Okay, so here we go. And we can see on the minimap here the green dots show that there are already defensive units here ready to do their thing. So let's spawn my units. Here we go. Send the tanks first because they're fast and they can arrive. Send one up here. Let's send this one maybe somewhere in the middle. Can't be sure right at the start, you know, which direction the AI is going to assault mainly, or try its best to assault. So I'm gonna give some leeway to that. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna separate. That is an anti-tank rifle unit. You can tell by the gold kind of chevron underneath it there. I'm gonna split my infantry into two parts. One for the first objective, and this AI is genius. Instead of just driving along the road, it decides it's just gonna drive through the building. And tell the box boys to bring it on up. And then the second squad of infantry here try to get up onto the second objective. Okay. So which direction are they gonna come from? Are they gonna come across the river maybe? Can never know. So keep this tank maybe in between the two objectives. That way, you know, if they do assault the one at the top heavily, I can still move it up. If they assault the bottom one, then it's not too far away to move and provide, you know, support. Nice church tower here. Wonder if I could get some infantry up into that tower. That would be really cool. Okay. So infantry and tanks have actually arrived unmolested. What I'll do now is I'm going to look at each individual unit and try to give them a place to go. You can put them into the buildings themselves, and peering through the windows like this is great, in terms of defense. They can take reduced hits while also being able to shoot fairly well as well. Where can we hide this box? Maybe here. I would like to build some foxholes, but not really knowing which direction the enemy is going to come from, it could be a bit of a waste. You build a foxhole facing this way and the enemy comes from behind you, and it's a bit of a waste of time. So this is the resupplying ammo thing here, and that's from being next to the ammo box. Throw him into the... not throw him into the window, but into the building next to the window. Alright, stick one maybe facing out the other way. Yep, there we go. Okay. Just get these guys to lie down by pressing Control. Bring the medic inside a building because they're not great fighters, but you do use them for other things. And these two guys carrying this box, actually, you can get them to drop it and leave like this. And then you have 2 extra riflemen to do with as you please. And you can, of course, send 2 guys to go and pick this box up again and move it anytime you like. So maybe I'll try putting one inside here. If you can shoot out this window. Yep, that's good. I'm just trying to get them facing all different directions. And once I know where the enemies are going to come from, then we can remaneuver. So it doesn't even have to be, right next to the objective all the time. You can use any of the buildings that are around, like this. And spreading out, is also fairly useful. This is a medic with no gun yet. I will try to scavenge one for him during the battle if I can. See if I can get a guy over here as a scout. How about this building? That one looks good. So you can use the middle mouse button to rotate the camera, see into the buildings, and then give your guys nice positions looking out and shooting out of the windows, which provide really good protection. There's an MG here. Let's see. Still have no idea which direction the enemies are going to come from. This is an anti-tank. Alright, there we go. We see coming from this side, so let's move them over into these buildings. This one looks good. No windows facing that way, of course. Alright, so not going to use that one. How about this one? Yep. Some windows there. Go into that building. Bring the tank over this way as well. Bring the second tank. Let's say over here. Yeah. That's a defender AI. Come on, don't just destroy the building. Oh boy. So I'm going to take direct control here to make sure he's not just wrecking all the cover that my own infantry could use. Put him here, relinquish direct control where he has a nice line of sight and can keep firing. Alright, there we go. Here comes the main assault. It's a good idea to bring my tank over that way, but he's a little bit too close. Take direct control and start spamming this machine gun. Because sometimes you can play better than the AI can. Well, not sometimes, of course. Most of the time you should be able to play better than an AI, I hope. Okay. Okay so far. I don't want to bring this captured tank too far ahead. At least we're not without some infantry to help it spot things to the side, so that it's not getting shot by anti-tank rifles from the fog of war. Like here, we see the grayed out terrain means that any infantry here that are trying to kill the tank won't even be revealed to me, which would be a bit of a problem. Bring this MG. And you know, looking at the terrain here, you can see some terrain is higher than others. And so you can utilize that, you know, put an MG on the slightly higher terrain so that they can get a better line of sight. Alright, get down. Are there windows facing out in this building? There are. I'll use that. Send this MG into the building. I only want maybe him. And there we go. There's the first vehicle, which is just a light vehicle. My tank here should be able to take care of it. And did already take care of it even before I could control it to take the shot myself. So this is part of, you know, just making sure you have good positioning, and you know, whether they come from one side or another side, you at least have units providing line of sight so that you can see something. Let's see if I can put my MG into this house. There is somebody dying here, it seems. Who's that? Okay, where's a medic? I can get the medic over soon enough. Can stop this guy from bleeding out and don't need to lose a soldier. There we go. For some reason this guy only has a pistol. No, he has an MG as well. For some reason maybe he's run out of ammo. What I'll do is, where's that ammo box that I brought? Is it in this one or this one? It's here. Let's run him over here. It's a bit of a jog. How's the medic doing? Alright, they're both up. Make him run back around the building. Into cover. Yeah. I should be digging foxholes if I could find the time in between trying to control the units and make sure things aren't dying too much. Alright, let's see if I can get a... Go in here. Okay, that's good. Yep, nice. In here. It's a guy with an MG. And they're just overrunning this tank here. Oh dear. Fortunately, the AI here isn't incredibly clever, and it thinks that just running around the tank would be a good solution. We can see that it's not a great solution. And that is a lot of dead units, and still more coming up behind me. Oh dear. Unfortunately, the lower tier tanks have absolutely awful hull traverse, turret traverse, and so on and so forth. But getting there, it's okay. Getting there slowly. Just reverse and machine gun away. And the AI defenders are coming in real handy at the moment. See if we can move something up. Is there any windows here? Yes, there are. Okay, let's go into this building. Not into the ceiling. Into the building itself, please. This window would be nice. Sometimes you can see into the buildings and sometimes you can't. It can be a bit funky. Like this way, I can only see into the roof for some reason. So what I'll do, maybe I'll just utilize this natural barrier here instead for now. Bring my SMG over here as well. It's something. Maybe what I'll do is I'm not getting a great deal of use out of this MG tank. And I do have some infantry to spare over here. I'll run them over. Smoke and dig. Well, if I had some smoke, yeah. I mean, even using smoke is a bit of micro, right? Did my soldier arrive here to resupply his ammo? Did he die on the way or something? I have no idea. But so far, halfway there. 500 out of 1,000 points. It's not going terribly badly. Had some close calls. Okay, these guys are doing okay with their MGs. This tank in support. Where's my captured tank? Okay, let's bring it over this way. The bulk of the problem seems to be over this side. Let's say, can we hide them behind this fence? That might do. A lot of guns on the floor. Jeez, look at all those. Any nice ones to steal? DP-27, PPSH. Moses Nagin, DP-27 again. Resupply mid-battle. Let's see. SVT-38 is a nice rifle. Oh, is that a carabiner? Yep, looks like one of my infantry units died in here. Yeah, there he is, curled up in a ball. Poor guy. It's, let's bring the MG medic to do something, alright? Let's, take this guy out. See if we can dig a foxhole on the edge here. This is a nice position overlooking. So when I hold down left click here, I can rotate the foxhole. And you want the bigger side facing towards the enemy. Like this. There we go, he's going to do some digging. Can bring my other rifleman over, do the same thing during this lull in the battle. Same thing, hold left click, rotate it. That way should be fine. Yep. MG medic doing a great job. This guy getting shot as he digs. Come on, come on, come on. Finish. There we go. Once they're finished, you see they do get into the foxhole, but you know they're not always in the best position, so sometimes you want to have a quick look and tell them to move a little bit, like that. There we go. Let this guy finish and I'll throw the MG in here. So he's gonna dig a foxhole for a different unit, not for himself. He's more expendable to me than the MG operator is. Take him out, throw the MG operator in. There you go. And now you can even dig another one. Oh, here we go. Lots of red dots on the minimap. Is that my tank? Oh, they killed my tank. My stolen tank. Sad times. It's okay. I mean, it wasn't mine to begin with, right? See if the operator can run away, get out of there. Perhaps if he lives or we repair the tank before the end, we can actually still keep it. Oh man. Talk about mass assault. Human wave assault, right? Fine, I'll do it myself. Okay, it's going okay. It's not going too badly. Looks like there are some guys sneaking in here behind my tanks. That's no good. Do I have an infantry unit around here? Yes. Take control of this guy. Yes, Mr. Ronaldo179, if you want to post a link, that's fine, but just ask me first. Let's see. Who's shooting me? I can't even see anybody shooting me. Brutal. Oh boy. They're everywhere, they're swarming. The AI is the Tyranids of the Warhammer world. Endless amounts of cheap units. And I have to bring these reserves up, otherwise things might start getting overrun. There's another guy behind this wall somewhere. There he is. Accuracy couldn't quite cut it. $750 points. Almost there, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Let's just tell this guy to stand here behind the fence. Tank is still doing good. There's another vehicle coming over here. Tank should be able to take care of it though. Let's see. Although I personally can't see it when I go into third person mode. Is that it on the bridge? That is it. So let's change. Don't want to use high explosive. Want to use AP capped with HE filler. Wait for that to reload because high explosive is for infantry. There we go. A side shot. Beautiful. Beautiful. And they are done. Decrewed. Couple of infantry units still left over here. Need to bring them up because I've almost got nothing left. It's been a harder defense than I thought. Jeez. The AI just keeps going and going and going. They has no chill. This guy has no ammo either. Any guns around? Yep. Pick up this guy's carabiner, 98k. Okay, and maybe also take some of his ammo. Just as a kind of emergency thing. Okay, good. And go back to hiding behind the wall, maybe here. 830 points and counting, almost done. I've got a whole squad just sitting next to my tank. I swear we're getting into the hundreds of kills now. That looks like an anti-tank. No, I did want to keep it high explosive. That was silly of me. There we go. Down it goes. Yeah, it really feels like I'm barely holding on to this. They do make defense missions feel quite tough a lot of the time. And getting, even with a reasonable setup with tanks. This guy has run out of ammo, so I'll get him back to the ammo box here. If you go. Come on. You can take over in the foxhole until then. My team is winning, yeah. I know, it doesn't feel like I'm winning personally, but 900 points, almost there. You can get this medic to steal a rifle somewhere. Anything over here? Mosin? So, as I said in the previous video, medics only start with a pistol. But as the battle goes on, you can steal or scavenge, other weapons that are lying around from dead units. So I'm going to take a Mosin Nagant here from the ground, which is much more effective than a pistol. I'm going to steal the ammunition from the dead soldier too. So we have to hold the C key to see the guns on the ground, and then you have to press the X key. Let's just put him maybe in here. And then you have to press the X key to access the dead soldier's inventory. Inventory. Brutal. I'd love to see the kill count at the end of this, because it's horrific. If we press this button, actually V, we can highlight the corpses and just look at the red littering the ground all the way over here as well. All these dead infantrymen trying to assault across the river, cut down by machine guns and HE shells and so on and so forth. I gotta give it to the developers. It's a hard mode, especially playing by yourself. If you're not playing with a friend or someone who can help you, and you're also playing with the fog of war on, so you don't know where opponents are coming from, or which direction they're coming from as well. It can be hard. It can be really hard. And you can see, even being fairly experienced with the game and with this mode and understanding all of these things, it's been hard. I've had a reasonable amount of my own troops die. As we can see by the bodies also littered inside the objective here. But it has been successful. 995 points. Another vehicle coming here. The third vehicle of the day. But they're not going to make it to the cutoff point. There we go. 251 infantry kills. $251. 251. And 3 vehicles, 2 vehicle kills, and a third vehicle coming in. 251 infantry. Man, like I thought 80 or 90 in the first mission was pretty spammy, but 251 infantry in the second mission. Jesus, that's rough. That's real rough. Let's have a look at the details. These riflemen doing an excellent job. The Panzer III getting 100 infantry kills by itself. 100. 100. Just like in the first mission, one of the Panzer IIIs killed approximately half of all the units that the AI brought. And again, 100 infantry out of 250 total is still almost half again. That's one tank killing 100 guys, 100 infantrymen. Imagine if I didn't have the tank. Man. The BT2, the captured BT2 also still got 26 infantry kills, which is I mean, that's really good considering I got it for free and I captured it, last game. And the tank man from the BT2 who had to evacuate even got an infantry kill too. Alright, that's nice. So let's see now on the resupply screen here. So I did get to keep the BT2 because one of the tankmen survived, and I think also because the vehicle itself wasn't totally destroyed, then it stays. I didn't really want to send infantry out to try and repair and capture another vehicle because, well, as you could see, there was 250 infantrymen coming at me. So sometimes, maybe it's better to think about capturing enemy equipment, specifically vehicles, when you're attacking rather than when you're defending, because the AI tends to spread its forces out because there are two objectives. So, when you're moving your forces, you can focus all of them on one objective, try to capture that, try to reinforce it, and any vehicles that you happen to kill or decrew, you can then work on repairing them and capturing them for yourself while you are holding one objective, which reduces the ticker. And the ticker is the points that start going up, as we saw for defending. The AI has those points going up by holding both objectives at the start when you're attacking. So if I want to get all of my men and my tanks and stuff back up to full health, I have to pay a price. This price: 443 fuel and 271 munitions. Which is a bit of a steep price, but I killed 251 infantry, right? It was a pretty hard won battle, that one, to be honest. What can I say? Play with a friend. Play with a friend, or be prepared to sweat like I am sweating now. But the one tank man did survive here. Did get a double vet. That's very nice for him. Some of these infantry died. The ones that died, of course, will have no vet, but the ones that survived now are getting a couple of vets. This guy has double vet. Increased HP, increased stamina. Let's see which other guys. So I've got a double vet there. Nothing here. Nothing here. The tanks, of course, with the 100 kills that it got, now has triple vet crew. So also increased stats, increased accuracy, things like that. I think maybe having the tank right at the edge of the defensive zone there, because the Panzer III has such a slow hull traverse and turret traverse, then once the infantry starts swarming like that, I mean 250 infantry. Once the infantry starts swarming like that and they start getting around it, turning the tank and trying to shoot them with machine guns starts to get a bit more difficult. So maybe having the tank further back, maybe covering a kind of alley where the infantry would come in, could have been better for that situation. That's something to bear in mind for the next time, of course. But let's see on the research tree. I've got three points, 3 research points, and 292 of this resource to spend. I think I have enough in terms of tanks at the moment with the 2 Panzer IIIs. I might buy or research the 3rd call-in stage, and then instead just maybe buy a couple more of the regular infantry squads and try to counter the AI's spam with some of my own light spam. Like, of course, I'm not going to be able to bring 251 infantry units, and I'm not entirely clear how the AI could bring 251 infantry units, but I guess if you just spend all of your research and all of your points unlocking the call-in stages, and you're just spending your points on cheap infantry, I guess that is possible, which I mean, you could see even when you have reasonably good tanks and a reasonably good defensive setup, even with 3 tanks, it's hard to kill 251 infantry units, but it was doable just about. But it was hard. So let's try that one. I'll research the third call-in stage. What this does now is this unlocks this third tab here. And so if you have a look at the manpower restrictions here, the first stage has a limit of 50, second stage has a limit of 60, third stage has a limit of 70. So each further stage you unlock has, you know, a greater capacity, which allows you to bring more and more units, of course. So if I let's see, if I try to counter the AI's spam with my own spam, how much would that cost me? Of course, I'll still bring the BT2. It is a nice support vehicle, even if it can't kill, you know, other vehicles itself. I guess I could buy one more. How about medics? One medic there, one medic there. Okay, I do still have enough medics. Still got my AT infantry here. He's still alive. I wonder if the infantry unit that stole the anti-tank rifle is still living. That's an MG 34 that I stole in the first mission. Scavenged. Was it this one? Okay, so this is an unfortunate aspect. You can scavenge, but of course then if your unit that's scavenged dies and you don't notice it, or you don't then also go get another unit to go pick up that rifle again, it's lost. So it's kind of like a bit of give and take doing this. But having bought 3 more light infantry squads, that's an extra 24 infantry units to use as what do you call it? Backups, reinforcements, a kind of reserve force. And then when we go to the select campaign now, because we successfully took this part of the map and we successfully defended it, now we have the option of attacking the next one in the line. And so as you play the campaign, it will go like this. You choose a point to attack. If you succeed, you then have to defend it. If you succeed, you can then launch an attack on one of the next points. And of course, your goal is to get to the HQ and to take the HQ. Once that's done, you've won the campaign. Now, the length of this kind of, let's call it a web. The length of this web, excuse me. Hello, QQ Taser, nice to see you again. The length of this web is dependent on what you choose for the length of the campaign when you first started. So if you choose a short campaign, there will be less nodes than there are here. This is a medium length campaign. If you choose a longer campaign, a very long campaign, the nodes will be increased. So you will have to fight more battles, more defenses before you are able to reach the HQ. So now I have a choice between a Risk 1 battle, which will give me 3 extra research points. And the extra research points I'm definitely tempted towards taking. Or we have this one, which will give 400 of the fuel resource, which is quite nice. I'm not sure if I should call it fuel. I'm not sure what that symbol is. It's something. 400 resource that you use to buy units, and then also 1 research point, which isn't too bad. So I wonder which one. I mean, this defense was also apparently a 1-star risk, and somehow the AI brought 251 infantry units and 3 vehicles. And I'm still kind of trying to get over that and get my energy back. I'll drink some Red Bull, that should help. I'll increase my AC. My wife won't like that. Okay, so I'm still gonna take risk one. I would like the 3 extra research points, but you know, at the end of the day, how you play the campaign and what resources you think you would do best with is up to you. So you choose. For me, I think the 3 extra research points would be nice. So I'm gonna choose this one and press confirm. And then if we click this button here, this gives us a nice, you know, aerial view of the battlefield in a kind of photographic form, which is quite nice. I think I've played on this map before, and I think actually the 2 objectives, one is in this small village here, and I think another one is in the village over there. But having, you know, resupplied all my troops and done all my research, the only thing really left for me to do now is start. So off we go for the assault and hope that we don't have to fight this time 300 infantry units. I mean, the first battle was about 100 infantry units. The second battle was 250. So if we're following this kind of idea, what's the AI going to bring this time? 400, 500? I really hope not. I'm praying the AI is not capable of bringing 400 or 500 infantry units to defend with. Which would your men rather be, tired or dead? Of course, tired. Of course, the loading says 100% and still leaves you waiting here for 5 minutes. Has software always been like this? It feels like it. Okay. So now that we do have call-in stage 3, we can see some numbers here. This says 40 manpower, 48, and 56. And this tells you how many points you can spend. So actually right at the start, I can't bring in all 3 stages of troops. I have to choose which ones I want to bring in. And if we mouse over it, it tells you what units you have in this stage in case you've forgotten. So my stage 2 has both my Panzer IIIs, which I definitely want, so let's click that. And then after that I can choose stage 1 or stage 3. And I think I'll bring stage 1. Once this ticks up over time, once it reaches 56, we can then also bring in stage 3. And so now, of course, the first thing we do is, once we've got our units here, we have a quick look at the map. We do start very close to this objective. And I'm trying to see what would be a good way to position my men to take this well. So there's a forest here, and then this area here is open. And I think this open area here, if we look at this hill, this would be a really good place to put the tanks so that they can shoot into the town. And then maybe I'll bring maybe a few infantry units just to provide line of sight around the tank, and I'll put the bulk of the infantry in the forest here to advance through. The trees should be able to provide some reasonable cover for them as they do that. So first things first, let's take a couple of normal riflemen and just send them ahead of the tanks. Let's see, this one and this one, that would be fine. Just out along this road here, just as kind of scouts. Don't want the tanks running into an ambush, after all. The other infantry then start moving into the forest, over this way. Try and keep this ammo crate safe. And if you are watching, I have had a tendency to forget about my ammo crate. And if you see me doing that, please remind me. That would be amazing. But if we want the ammo crate to move, actually, we have to use this change artillery position button. If we select the ammo crate and we just click, nothing happens. It doesn't move. We have to change its moving style before it will actually move like this. And then they will carry it, they will move it. Okay. Let's get one of these guys over here, looking out over these fields. And another one doing the same thing. Bring the tanks down the road. Okay, come out onto the road there. So this is you know, one of the reasons that I really like this mode, especially with the Fog of War on, is that it has this really realistic feel to it, you know? If you have Fog of War off, then you automatically know where all the enemy units are, and it kind of takes away a lot of the sense of danger. I mean, of course, it does make the game much harder, of course. But in some ways, it's also more enjoyable. So I'm going to get these tanks overlooking the town here. This is a really nice position, I think, for this. I'm going to send these infantry, let's say, over here, so that they can see down the road, make sure nothing is going to come and ambush the tanks while they're providing supporting fire. Okay, this tank also on the edge of the hill here. Right about here would be good. Yep, there we go. And so now both of these tanks, they have a fantastic kind of line of sight overlooking the objective here, and should be able to fire into the town. Now another thing I can do here as well is that because all of this terrain is destructible, so all of these houses, these wooden houses, can be destroyed. What I could even do is take control of one of the tanks like this. So if I press E, I get the default direct fire mode or direct control mode, but if while I'm doing that I press T, we get this nice third person mode. So what I can do is I can aim at this building here, and at the moment this building is kind of restricting the tank's line of sight behind it and into, you know, further deeper into the objective. So what I can say is I don't like this building, let's make the building go away. And we're just going to keep firing high explosive shells at it until it's gone. Then infantry will not be able to hide in this building anymore, and the tank will be able to see behind the building because the building doesn't exist. This is just like one of those other really nice little touches to this game that gives it that special feel that other games don't really give you. It gives it that nice level of realism. Of course, the actual explosions and so on don't look so realistic in this sense. What was that? There we go. Building is almost gone now. See if I can just get this edge here. Beautiful. And I could do this just until every single building is gone, essentially, if I wanted to. Let's have a look at what that's done now to the building. This building is pretty much gone. It's not going to provide any kind of cover, but you know what? I'll keep destroying it. Do you hear that? You can actually hear vehicles on the map in the fog of war, even if you can't see them. Like if you listen carefully, you can hear the engine. So there is a vehicle in here somewhere. I wonder if I can lure it out by spamming some more HE shells into the town. I think my Panzer IIIs would make short work of it, if it did come out. And you don't have to do this with a tank. You could do this with any kind of unit that can fire these high caliber HE shells. You could do it with artillery. You could do it with a mortar. I think you could probably also do it even with grenades. Okay, so I think the tank has much better line of sight to be able to fire into the town here, which is nice. So I'll start moving the infantry through the forest on the flank. And you do occasionally find some kind of defenses, pre-existing defenses that have been built that you can utilize, you know, if you want to. Oh, there are infantry units there. So I'll press Control after selecting my men, get them all to lie down. Get down. Okay. Good. There we go. So these guys actually have a nice line of sight down the road here and can provide kind of supporting fire. Let's get... That's an anti-tank crew. If there is a vehicle in there, they will be necessary. Trees are blocking the vision a bit, but if we zoom in, we should be able to see just fine. Don't forget these guys at the back. This is my MG guy. He will be a very good kind of support fire just to keep this road clear while I advance the rest of the infantry. So I won't move him, but I will move the other infantry down. He's going to stay there. Okay. And actually I forgot about my AP points here. I do have enough points to bring in my third stage. That means I can bring my BT. BT, yep, it is a BT. I might bring this one actually with the infantry down here as a kind of infantry support vehicle. I'll bring one squad of infantry over to the tanks just as some extra support just in case. And the third infantry squad here is going to come through the forest as well. Okay. So I want to try and get as many infantry as I can in position before cresting over the hill, you know? If you just send one unit and 5 guys shoot at it, then the 1 unit is dead. If you send 10 units over the hill at once, then the 5 guys shooting are gonna lose to your 10 guys that are shooting at once. Just kind of a, you know, economy of force in that way. Okay. Now the SMG units are much better in close quarters than the rifles are, so I tend to try and take the SMG units and put them on the front if I can, or at the front, sorry I should say. It's an MG here. Some units still hiding at the back. I just love this sense of realism you get of the infantry hiding in the forest, preparing to try and take a small village by force, preparing everything in advance with your captured BT tank, 2 tanks on the ridge to provide supporting fire. You get that nice kind of, you know, war fantasy, the role-playing aspect of it. I'm going to try and send all of these units forward now at the same time. Oh, there's firing going on. Make sure my guys get down. Get down. And now what I'll do is, if I can, I'll use my tank to do that supporting fire. Let's see. There they are. It seems like there's a bit of an accuracy bug sometimes. where if you don't let the tank aim, it can fire radically, you know, away from where you are actually aiming. Like that. I think it tends to happen if you're aiming too far away. Like this, yeah. So this is actually a little bit maybe too far away. So I'll bring the tanks in closer. See if that helps. Bring this extra infantry squad forwards as well. And the BT can come around on the right flank as well. If there's a medic available, I can use that. Hopefully it's not too far away. There he is. Over here. Somebody's bleeding out. There we go. Hopefully the medic will reach that in time. So now for the, just to flush out any remaining infantry, I'll try and send the SMG infantry in first. So first guy to this fence here. This one to the edge of this building. Make sure I press control so he stands up to run instead of crawl there. Another one here. Make sure he stands up. Another one here also needs to stand up. Already standing up, I think. And let's run in with these guys. These are the flusher outers. There are still some units here. Let's see if we can get behind here. I'll do it myself. Also, this is a nice way to kind of try and clear out some of the villages or buildings by yourself. Just take control. There's a guy hiding in there. That's what the mini map says. Let's see here. Here? Oh, there he is. He's behind there. Down he goes. All right. So that's the first objective secured. Relatively painlessly, not too many casualties, I think. Can move everything up now and try and set up some kind of, you know, defensive positions, and then need to start looking at how to approach the second objective here. Now, you know, using the middle mouse button to go around, we can see there's a bit of a dip here. So I could approach from this direction, but I wouldn't be able to really provide any supporting fire with the tanks, because of course they wouldn't have line of sight from this dip into the town here. And there's a trench here that I could use my infantry to approach along. I think that would be a nice way to do it. Inside the trench, you know, they're less susceptible to being shot, and they can actually, it's a long trench, so they can move a reasonable distance down here fairly safely, you know, not out in the open. So I'll definitely send at least one infantry squad that way. Let's bring that one over here. These tanks out in the open always do their best work there. I'll send an infantry squad forwards first. Tell these guys to stand up. Because sometimes the AI likes to do some sneaky flanking attacks, and so generally what I do is I'll just send, you know, 1 or 2 units off to either side. Just for the line of sight, essentially, you know. And that way, you know, if there's nothing there, it's only 1 or 2 units. If there is something there, then you catch it and you can kill it, and you're not going to suffer something like one of your tanks getting shot in the side with an anti-tank rifle. So having the fog of war on, you know, forces you to play, you know, in a much more realistic way. It is harder, but more realistic, and in some ways I think, you know, That makes it more enjoyable. It's more immersive, I would say. Right, so let's get these infantry into this town. They're gonna defend the town. And I'll take the SMG guys as my kind of assault squad. There's another one there. So we'll just try and group them together. There we go. And there are already some other infantry units, I think, near these trenches. Try and get these guys inside so that they're less likely to die. I'm getting flanked just a little bit over here. See if I can bring my BT up to provide some anti-infantry support, and I'll take all of these SMG troops forwards as my assault squad. Oop, no. Okay. Let's see, how is this going? There is still some infantry here, but I can bring the tank up, I think. Let's try putting some infantry... Oh, I see. I see you. There we go. Oh, commander was killed in my tank. That's unfortunate. Don't know what did that, but I'll make them pay. Just spray and pray. Classic technique. And then we can bring the second tank up a little bit. I think it doesn't have a great line of sight at the moment, so bringing it up will improve that. Yep, there we go. Infantry up as support into the bunkers here. Into the bunker, the trenches. Always remember that if they are lying down, then they will try to crawl everywhere if you tell them to move. So just remember to press Control to stop them from doing that. And here we go. On the left side here, on the flank, there are some infantry units, like I predicted or anticipated. Where is he? Where is he? The bushes are covering them. Oh boy. So I have been advancing actually so far with the bulk of my forces just in reserve. So I'll bring up this extra squad here onto the left side on the flank to cover that. These troops into this town just for now, into any position, and also these ones up as well. See if we can bring the BT up. My assault squad here, made only of SMGs. Let's run them forwards. They are an assault squad after all. Bring the tank up on the flank. The riflemen here in the trenches will also come up for some line of sight benefits. Maybe put one even facing to the left here, just in case there's anything here being a pest. There are things being a pest, we can see. There are even some infantry units over here on the left side, and I can use this tank actually to give them some pain. Brutal. Not a good day to be a Russian soldier, huh? So thanks to the objectives being relatively close to where I started, I'm much further ahead than I usually am. Let's see what these guys are doing. Okay, here for the assault. And basically, once I capture this next objective, the match will instantly end. So sometimes even you can go for that fast assault using armored vehicles and tanks. Just rush in, spray all the infantry with machine guns and HE shells, capture the two objectives, and the match will instantly end. It doesn't matter whether the AI still had 100 units left to support with or to attack you with. You know, the match ends. That's it. Okay, assault squad, do your assault thing. There's a vehicle over here, but it's just a light one. Let's take it out. There we go, beautiful shot. So actually this game does model armor and things like which way it's facing. Can't think of the word. So different parts of the tank basically have stronger or weaker armor, and if the armor is angled, the game also takes that into account. Let's load some HE. Nope. That's an anti-tank rifle, but no problem. And I don't have time actually to repair these vehicles and capture them, although, you know, if I wanted to just take it a bit slower and try to repair some of these vehicles, maybe capture some of the equipment laying about, like some of the anti-tank rifles or the even just grenades and rifles, then I could move my infantry out of this objective, stop capturing it, and then just use the time I have left to fix the tanks up, steal them, scavenge them, take as much stuff as I want. But I'm not. Once this is captured, we win. There we go. So this time the AI only lost 100 infantry. I'm still not sure how it had 250 infantry in its last game against me. Maybe someone else could explain that to me. That's a win. That was a much easier win than it was to win the defense last game. So I only lost 2 infantry units, which I think is a pretty good result. Best units were, of course, both of my Panzer IIIs. Let's have a look at the details. Now, I'm not sure how this Panzer III can have 133 kills. Maybe that's its total kills, its lifetime kills, perhaps. Because when we look at the actual game result and we see how many units they only lost 100 units this match. Only killed 100 units this match. Lost 2 infantry units. But in the details it says much more than that. So this could just be lifetime kills, I guess. But both of these Panzer IIIs being incredibly effective at, you know, just providing supporting fire, and like we could see as well, you can use those HE shells to destroy those wooden buildings and clear the line of sight so that you can support better. And you don't need a tank to do that. You can do that with artillery or mortars, but I did mention that before. So this one went much better, and the resupply button is looking much more favorable for me this time. I only have to spend some of the munitions resource and not this precious resource that you use to buy new units. So if I just resupply all, that will do that. And because this mission, one of the special rewards was extra research points, I now have 6 research points that I can use. So I could unlock maybe the airstrike, the BF-110, or I could maybe research some better tanks, the Stug 3. I could move down to the Panzer 4. I could even get the Stug 3 and the Panzer 4. But I don't have enough points to be able to actually buy both of those tanks at the moment. So whether that would be a good choice or not, I'm leaning towards not. You know, if you're going to research something, I would argue that probably it's something that you can immediately use at least. I do like these SDKFZ armored cars. They're really fast. The armor isn't great, but they're really fast with an MG on top, and they're not super expensive. If we have a look at the price of them, let's see if I can find this SDKFZ. Not this one. That's a half track. This one, the armored car. So it only has a 2-man crew, and the cost is, let's click on this again. Okay, it costs 200 to buy, which is actually pretty similar to a tank, so it's not that cheap. But like I said, it is really fast. And so even if you want to play a kind of, what do you call it, like a kind of blitz style, at the very first mission, and I do recommend, you know, trying different ways of playing the game from the beginning, unlocking different kinds of tech and using that primarily. So, you know, maybe unlock some really nice infantry and just use those in the first mission, or unlock an artillery gun and use that in your first mission. And there are some really nice ways and very different ways that you can play the game by unlocking these special units. So, you know, for some more examples, we have things like you could unlock a half track and, you know, transport all your infantry in the half track. The half track is armored and does also have an MG on top. You could instead maybe buy mortars and use those to bombard the objectives before then sending your infantry units in, and that can also be really effective. I don't think this first 8 cm mortar is that expensive, but let's have a quick look. Where is it? This is the one. Okay, I take it back. It's 245. It is a little bit expensive, but at least at the very start of the game, you do have enough to buy 1 or 2 of these anyway, and still have enough left over for a bunch of normal infantry. So you can play in these nice, specific or niche ways that, depending on what you enjoy, you know. Maybe you want to play with a bunch of snipers. You can do that, you know. Go to the research tree, and right from the very beginning, it's only going to cost you 1 research point to unlock the snipers. Right from the beginning, you could even unlock the BF-110 airstrike right from the beginning, right from the first mission. You can use that airstrike. That can be quite satisfying to use. Now, also, I know that the next mission is going to be a defense, and I could take this medium defenses technology, and that will give me even more infantry automatically on the map. I think it also gives the infantry some MGs, maybe some other equipment, and maybe you even get better infantry as well. So this is a nice way that, you know, once you unlock this technology, of course every second battle is going to be a defense anyway. But once you unlock this, then every defense you're gonna have these free infantry already on the map, and those free infantry are gonna save yourself a lot of resources, you know, so that you don't have to resupply your own troops. You don't have to resupply the troops that died from that battle. So this can actually be, you know, a really valuable technology in the long run, you know. But again, it's up to you, and this is one of the things that I really like about the Conquest mode, is that you can, you know, push your technology in very specific ways for your own very specific playstyle. You could go with the infantry spam that the AI does, and that works well. I've done that myself as well. You could try to play more tactically, like buying these medium defenses for that kind of long-term game. You could go with the armored approach, like I have been taking so far, which I mean, in attacking battles, it works really well, and in the defensive battle that I had previously, it was hard, but 250 infantry units, I don't think anybody expects that, just like the Spanish Inquisition. But if you have any suggestions as to what should be researched next, I'm happy to listen to that. I'm just gonna have a quick browse here and have a think about it. And I'm leaning toward medium defenses. I mean, the long-term value of this is really excellent, to be honest. Every second mission, you're getting a whole bunch of free infantry on the map, ready to defend for you, ready to take bullets for you, and it doesn't cost you anything, you know. Those infantry that are on the map are not going to cost you any of these resources, so it's like, in some ways, it's free resources, essentially, you know. Let's see, how many... Okay, that's fine. So it's going to be a defense. And I have this awful feeling that there's going to be 300 or 400 infantry coming at me in this next defense. The the previous defense of 250 infantry kills was just horrific. Okay, I'm gonna go with the medium defenses. Those free soldiers, those free defenses already placed on the map every second battle. I think it's too valuable to not pick at this point for me anyway. So I'll take that one. And I've got one more research point left. See if there's anything that sticks out to me. A truck could be a good choice, I think. Getting my infantry quickly to the objectives to defend it and set up to be able to dig foxholes before the mass human wave assault comes. Actually, I think is probably going to be the best choice here. So I'll take the truck. I've researched the truck. I still have to buy the truck. Let's see where it is. Here it is. Only costs 60. That's nice. It needs 4 manpower. So I have enough space in all of these slots actually to bring it. So let's have a look first. If we click on the truck and we click on it here, we can see this crew statistic here. So this tells us how many it can carry. So it can carry 14 in total. This is 8 men, 10 men, 12 men, 20 men. So one truck isn't going to be enough to carry all of these. I might need 2 trucks. But I do have enough resources for 2 trucks even, so that's fine. Let's put 2 trucks there. And then that's going to get the infantry to the objectives, and like I said, defending with some breathing room at least anyway. Two trucks actually, now that I think about it. I'm trying to maximize their efficiency here. 2 trucks that can carry 14 each. So that's 28. So if we could bring 3 squads of infantry with these trucks, that would be best. But the manpower limitations of phase 1 don't allow that. So maybe if I bring them in a different phase. So, if you want to rearrange your phases sometimes in between some battles, that can be good. Especially when you try to think about, are you attacking or defending? Which ones do you want to bring out in what kind of order? So if you want to do that, all you can do is take all your units back into your veterans box here. Okay, let's just throw them all out. Okay. So they're not going to fit into the stage 1. Maybe they'll fit into stage 2. Let's see. So the regular infantry, a light infantry, and that's going to be 24 men. Okay. 24 men can fit into these 2 trucks. That's nice. Okay, good. Get them to the front and defending. So then in stage 1, maybe the 2 tanks. Okay. Even 3 tanks, why not? Okay. Okay, this is looking fine and dandy. And then the 3rd tab can be more of the support units that are not, you know, immediately necessary a lot of the time. So the extra reserve infantry, the medics, the AT detachment, and the ammo crate. And I do still have even 300 resources here to buy some new units if I want. 12 manpower availability in stage 3, 4 in stage 2, 2 in stage 1, so not really so much in stage 1 or stage 2, but I could fit something into stage 3 here. If I think about it, what could I bring? What would be really useful? This is going to be a defensive mission, defending. So I don't have enough to buy another tank. Of course, I don't have to buy something. I could just keep these resources and they will, of course, carry over to the next time I'm on this screen. Maybe having a look at the map will tell me, will give me some more information. So somebody followed. Thank you, Troyano Gaming Chan. Channel. It says Chan and then Nell, but it's channel. Okay. Thank you, Troyan. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. So let's see. This is the map, and if we click on this one here, we see the aerial view. So it looks like maybe I'm guessing here that one of the objectives will be in these buildings here. As to the second objective, I hope it's not down here, because if the two objectives are separated so far away, it's going to be much harder to defend both of them. You can't concentrate your forces as well. Okay. So not sure, but we'll see. An extra unit. Maybe a tank? Maybe a cheap tank. Maybe one of these kind of auto cannon tanks could come in handy. Yeah, maybe. Pack? I mean, I think I have enough anti-tank capabilities with my tanks anyway. You know, they're going to be pretty good at that. A lot of the time, really, what I need is anti-infantry things, because the AI just spams like there is no tomorrow. So, alright, maybe... Oh, Daniel, thank you. It's set on Steel Division 2 again? Really? Let me go check that. That's silly of me. Silly Twitch. I did set it to not do that, but okay. Let me see if I can go fix that. Don't want to listen to myself. It's weird that Twitch doesn't really have a specific section for Gates of Hell Ostfront. It has Call to Arms, but you know, as maybe we all know, there are two Call to Arms games. But again, thank you, Daniel. You saved me, I think, from the muted, being muted, and now you also saved me from my stream not saying I'm playing the right game. So again, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Maybe you can help me with this conundrum of what I should bring for this defensive battle. I'm racking my brain. I think I'm just gonna go with one of these auto cannon tanks. They do really nice. Oh, Daniel, I really appreciate you pointing it out, and seriously, thank you so much. You're the best. All right, let's just go with this auto cannon tank. It's something, right? And 40 euros? What do you mean? Chaos? Am I saying that right, or should I say like Chaos 82? Yeah, it's with an X. So like, do you pronounce it K? Oh, for the game? Oh, yeah. Actually, I live in Asia, so I get the Asian pricing on the games, and it's actually much lower. I think I picked this game up. In fact, I think I got both the original Call to Arms and the Gates of Hell Ostfront, both of them together for about 10 euros in a sales package. Now, I'm not saying that you should set your Steam store region as Asia, but I live in Asia, so I can do that. And if they check my IP or something, they know it's legit. Oh, you got Men of War. You mean Men of War Assault Squad 2? It's also a really good game, very similar to this one. I do like that. Yeah, yeah, it's a great game. I really enjoyed playing that one. It also has a lot of similarities to this one with the angling of the armor, and I'm not sure, does Men of War also have direct control for your units? Okay, Daniel, yeah, that sounds interesting. Oh, it has direct control but not third person. I'm going to release all games on YouTube. So Daniel, maybe in my about info there is my Discord. Of course, there's only about 3 people who have joined the Discord so far. But if you just join the Discord, because I have links disabled in the chat here. But if you go onto Discord, you can message me privately or something, and you can send me the YouTube link for those battles so I can watch them, and I'd really appreciate that as well. All right, I think I'm ready to go, or as ready as I'm going to be, and I have this awful feeling in my chest that I'm going to be facing 500 infantrymen in a huge swarm. Oh, you're in the final. Nice job, man. Good job. Let's start this. Oh, you play on Saturday. What day is it today? Today's Wednesday, right? Saturday? Okay, cool. I mean, I'd love to watch it. If you guys haven't seen, this is the original Red Bull. This is Thai Red Bull. Red Bull from Thailand. Comes in a smaller can, and it's not fizzy. It tastes a bit syrupy. Why do I live in Asia? Actually, I traveled to Asia about 10 years ago, and I was backpacking around, and I actually ended up just staying because it was kind of cool. Okay, here are the tanks. I'm married now. I actually live in Vietnam. My wife is Vietnamese. This is the... Yep, this is... Ah, what the fuck was that? No. The truck spawned on top of the tank and exploded. What was that? Oh my goodness. Developers, sort your game out, please. My goodness. I mean, it's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of funny, but also I just lost a truck for nothing. Okay, infantry. Get, get into the remaining truck. Jesus. I can speak some Vietnamese, yeah. I've lived here for about 8 years now. I never like formally studied Vietnamese, but my wife is Vietnamese, and I do, of course, pick things up that I need to use in daily life. Okay, guys, get in the truck. Okay, that looks full, so I can send this one. So the two objectives here actually are next to each other. This one is on a hill, so I'm definitely going to need more infantry there. Off you go, truck. Tank. I think what's going to happen here actually is probably the units are going to come down this road. I have played this map before. That's what happened last time. So let's send this one over here too. This tank up here. And these infantry are just gonna have to put it. Oh man, this truck. That was funny, but also sad. Alright guys, group up together. You're gonna have to run the whole way over here. Good, this truck has arrived real quick. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted it for. So I'm gonna guess, and I hope I'm right, that they're gonna assault from this way. So I'm gonna try building some foxholes on the edge of this hill here. Really nice defensive position. Look how high it is, right? So shooting down from here is really, really good. Bring the truck down here, get them to all unload on the edge of the hill there. Don't forget these guys. You guys also maybe just run over here. Alright guys, get out about here. So G is the unload button. Out they get. Click this guy, go and build a foxhole about on the edge there. That's nice. Don't everybody group up together. That would be a grenade's wet dream. Also on the edge here. Yep. Also on the edge here. And this is, I mean, I'm making an assumption of the direction the AI is going to send its units, and I hope I'm not wrong. What I can also do is send the truck back here to the spawn point. And then when I spawn the rest of the infantry, at least some of them can get in the truck and, you know, move to the front line a bit more quickly. Okay, this guy's in the foxhole. I want him facing the right way. Another one here. Another one there. Spread them out a bit. Nope, not all of you. Okay. It's going okay. No, don't just crouch outside the foxhole. That's not what it's for. Sir, please don't do that. Okay, good. And this will be the part where all the enemy units come from this side of the hill, and everything just goes completely to hell. But sometimes that's the way it goes. Nice MG would be good. Right about there. Another rifleman with a foxhole maybe here. Another rifleman with a foxhole maybe, I don't know, here. Again, if you weren't here before, if you hold down left click, you can actually rotate the foxhole to make it face the right direction. These two guys I will keep inside the objective because they have submachine guns. They're good at close quarters combat. Tank on the hill too, be behind the infantry here, providing that supporting fire. These guys have arrived. I want the MG guy, I want the tank facing that way. Build some more foxholes. And this is the benefit of the truck, right? You guys can actually get there before the enemy units do. I have enough points now to bring in that second group of units. And also my autocannon tank. Let's just bring that up here on the road. And I guess I sent the truck to the wrong point. I forgot where the actual reinforcement point was, so truck has to turn around and come back. Not as efficient as I wanted it to be, I guess. Bring the ammo crate up here. And it does look like they're coming this way. Okay, good. Tank, please shoot this tank, or I will do it myself. Something took a shot at my BT tank and killed one of my units inside, which is unfortunate. I'll try and reverse it. This is really nice at killing infantry, but it has quite weak frontal armor. So it's not the best kind of unit for putting at the front, you know? But here behind the sandbags, I think it can provide some nice anti-infantry support. Unfortunately, I was... Okay, yeah, Daniel, thank you for writing that stuff on Discord for me. I'll definitely check it out after I finish my stream. Okay, so God has blessed me with facing my units in the correct direction, and I think that this defense, you know, having such a strong position on top of the hill here, this is going to be an easy defense. Oh, it's going to be easy at least compared to the last one I did, which was horrific. Horrific. Not something I want to repeat. See if I can get these other infantry units to build some more foxholes. Spread them out a bit. Maybe one over here. I don't think they can cross this lake. Okay, good. So far, so good. Truck has arrived here. Throw the infantry into the back. I wonder if I can get all of these. Definitely not that second squad, but these medics and anti-tank infantry, I think yes. In you go. Go for a ride. Wow, look at that. That's a lot of enemy. Brutal. Make sure this guy is... Yeah, he is in his foxhole. We bring this tank forward a little bit onto the edge there. Oh no, it's been decrewed, it's fine. Thought I was gonna have to kill it myself. Oh, these MGs just mowing down infantry World War I style. So far so good. Very few losses. Alright, truck. You full? I think you're full. Let's have a look inside. Yeah, you can fit one more guy. Who's it gonna be? Which medic? This one. You guys are gonna have to foot it. Alright, truck. Off you go. Maybe, just unload on top of the hill. It's the safest place. And just run the infantry down from there. How about this MG? Probably be a bit better maybe there. So manually moving your troops into a little bit of a better position in their foxhole can help sometimes. See if we can throw not him. Throw you there. SMG. Yeah, the rifle. Or another rifleman. Make him put a foxhole on top of this hill here. Oh, there's a free foxhole there. That's nice. Can use that. And let's see how many dead bodies. Wow, look at that. This is a kill zone. This is a real kill zone, you know, with the converging lines of fire just getting mowed down. Brutal. Brutal, but I love it. Oh, this guy ran out of ammo. Legendary. Love it. You ran out of ammo killing things. That is the best way to run out of ammo. I think this ammo box will be just fine here, so I can actually take these guys out. They don't need to keep standing there carrying it. They can actually come and do something useful. Maybe get them to build another couple of foxholes on the edge here. So you there, you build a foxhole here. you can get into the vacated foxhole. Here. Vacated, the guy inside it died, but that counts as being vacated, right? That wasn't a good shot. That wasn't a good shot either. I'm gonna stop. I'm showing myself up, huh? Just let the AI take over. The AI can do it better than me. At this range, anyway. Who's this guy? Yep. Foxhole. Off you go. Don't you just love the smell of napalm in the morning? So I think a lot of free veterancy for my units here. My MG operator here is already two star. Look at all that. Look at all those. Look at all these infantry moving across the field here. Oof. And all the MGs, all the tanks firing down from the hills. Beautiful. Beautiful. No mercy. Excellent. Dead, 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 and more dead. Any nice weapons to pick up? That would be a bit of an interesting run, trying to run out into the field of death just to pick up a machine gun that you want. I don't think I'm going to try it, to be honest. Looks a little bit dangerous out there. Just look, no hands. Look, Ma, no hands. Once you set up the defense well enough, you know, that's, especially in this kind of map with such an excellent defensive position. Once you're set up, you're set up. All you have to do really, I think, is, you know, cycle your infantry that start running out of ammunition, like this guy here. My MG operator has run out of ammunition. I'll get him to run back to the ammunition crate here. How about over here? This guy can go and sit in here. And I do have another infantry unit somewhere with a rifle. I can also go in into the other foxhole down here. There's a spare foxhole, I think. Yep, this one. Okay, good. And I completely forgot about these guys. Not that I really need them. And my autocannon tank as well. What would be the best position for this? You know what, let's go the safe way up the hill. Love it. And what I'll do is I'll try to take this one onto the left flank. So I've got one tank on this this objective on the right. I've got one tank on the hill right here. Somewhere. Right here. I was just about to run into it. Yep. Got this tank on the hill, and I'll just try and put this autocannon tank on the left flank. Don't really want it engaging vehicles, but if there are any infantry that try to be sneaky, I think it'll do a pretty good job of mowing them down. So just about here, I think, would be good. Yeah. Alright. Can leave him there. Oh boy, look at this. Look at this. This field especially is just horrific. This is real. This really is World War II. So they have machine guns all across the hill line. Just keep moving, soldier, or you'll be shot. This tank is 5 stars now. It's killed so many men. The burning wrecks piling up here as well. Oh, this is a new one. What's this? The T-40. So no really serious tanks on the Russian side yet, but I think it tends to be around mission... I think this is mission 4, right? So in my experience, around mission 5 or 6 or 7, sometimes the AI starts to unlock actual good tanks, like the KV-1, the KV-2. KV-2 is a monster. Do not want to face that thing, that's for sure. Of course, if you're on the Russian side, you can unlock the KV-2, you know, and it's a great tank when you're using it, and not such a great tank when you have to fight it. Okay, so my MG user now has reloaded, getting back down to his foxhole over here. I am actually still losing units, I think, in these foxholes, unfortunately. Yep, there's a dead guy. But a few losses here and there is not such a terrible thing, considering the balance. And my truck, that I also forgot about again with all these infantry, extra infantry. Alright, boys. Let's separate a few riflemen. Because the rifles, you know, they can actually fire reasonably well at range, whereas the SMGs, although they have a great rate of fire, you know, their accuracy at long range is pretty bad. So when you're in a situation like this with the, you know, a nice vantage point, and you want to be firing on the soldiers as they're coming in, you want the MGs, of course. The machine guns primarily, they will do it best. But then for, you know, in terms of infantry, you want rifles, not SMGs. If you get into something like if I was trying to take this hill, the very top of this hill, actually there's a lot of line of sight blocking, you know. If you have a soldier here, then soldiers in the center here won't even see them, and so then you get into that really nitty gritty close quarters combat, and that's when you want to be using the SMGs, because they will be far superior. But in this kind of situation, the soldiers just don't even have a chance, no chance of even getting close to be able to do that. So no problem for me at this point. What is this guy doing? He's looking off to the left. Is he taking a nap? It's not what I pay you for, man. Not that I pay you. Face that way. Yeah, okay. Empty foxhole there. See if I can use that. Where's those some infantry here. Forgot where I sent those riflemen now. Me and my short-term memory. Let's see if I can get this guy down here. Line of sight is always important. Look, this tank does have reasonable line of sight here. Yep. There we go. It is shooting. Good. And I was right to bring it over to this side, because there are infantry units trying to crawl up this side of the hill still. Like, I was kind of joking when I said I hope they don't bring 500 infantry units, but it looks like they have 500 infantry units. It's just endless. And thank God I have this vantage point on the hill, you know, where I can just mow them down, because if I didn't, it'd be pretty damn awful. Now this guy has run out of ammo, I think. MG operator, yeah. So he's using his pistol now. It shows the pistol, because he ran out of ammo. That's like one little way. Who killed what? The AI killed my DP-27. How dare you? How dare you? Jesus, can you kill this tank? Stop being useless. Stop getting shot without shooting back. Come on, let's do this. Show this tank who's boss. Decrew him. Let's go, let's go, let's go. There we go. I think that was a penetrating hit. Yep, out they get. Job done. They can enter the fields of death, as all their comrades before them have done. Some guys dying here. We're gonna get a medic over here to save some of these guys. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Run, 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 run. All of these soldiers are running out of ammo. Wow. I was right to bring the ammo box, huh? 950 points though. It's almost over. Fortunately. Not too many losses. Come on, medic. Haul ass. Just the medic, not the whole damn squad. Yep, that's it. Save him, save him, save him. Alright, save this guy, save this guy. Go, 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 go. Don't crawl. What are you doing crawling there? Come on. Move it. Alright. Save myself a soldier. You guys, standing up is not the best way to fight. So we'll press control and make him lie down. That's much better. Okay. Guy is also running out of ammo. Doesn't really matter so much. These guys have resupplied. Game's gonna be over anyway. Take one last look at the corpses strewn across the battlefield. My word, look at that. Jesus. And all those vehicles as well. But this was a good defense. I like this one. This one went well. There we go. But it wasn't 500, it was still 200. Wow, it's a lot of infantry to kill. And only 15 losses. Oh, 15 losses total. Actually, only 12 infantry losses on my side. Apparently I lost a vehicle? Did I now? I don't remember that happening, but okay. Can check the screen, the details. So we get the resources gained, the map resource bonus, payback, whatever that means, and whatever the total resources gained, 626 of this resource is really nice. I can definitely buy a new tank with that, and 3 extra research points is good as well. So let's see the details. 1008% effectiveness on this Panzer III is definitely, both of these Panzer IIIs have done so much work for me. And that's why I tend to go towards the armored side of research when I'm playing the dynamic campaign. I mean, the stats on the screen, I think, speak for themselves. In the history of just death, 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 death. Wow, yeah. Let's see. Tankman. Panzerwaffe. Don't know what that was in. Let's see. Oh, damn. 3 of my crew in this Panzer III were killed. That's unfortunate. This 5-star, these guys now. 5-star. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. They got a lot of kills, so that's why. So resupplying all is actually cheap this time. Played very effectively. Running out of ammo. Literally running out of ammo. Killing that many things that the soldiers were running out of ammo to kill with. That's like one of the best signs that you set up in a efficient way, I think. And only one Opel Blitz left because the first one spawned on top of a tank and instantly disintegrated, which was unfortunate but pretty damn funny. Devs hopefully can fix that at some point in the future. And then what would be the next battle? So next option I Actually, I don't have any choice. I have to choose this one to play on. What does the map look like? This is the runway. I think I remember this one. I've played on this one before. I think actually this bridge here is one of the objectives. And I think this town is also one of the objectives. The bridge is pretty easy to take because it's so open. The town is not easy to take because you can see there are so many buildings. But checking the stream duration, that is my 2 hours up. So I am not going to play the next battle today, at least. Maybe tomorrow or another day after that. So I'll just resupply all my stuff. That's nice. I think I will keep my research points for now and maybe spend them the next time I play. Might need to buy another opal and hope it doesn't go boom. But to everyone that came, everyone that watched, everyone that participated, Daniel, Chaos, thanks for coming, thanks for watching. I hope this helped you to understand something more about the Conquest mode and the things you need to think about and how you can place your units, what they can do, how you set up the foxholes, how you can use transport trucks to get your infantry into position quicker so that you can set up, these defensive lines and, the kind of, what do you call it, like the curved line of defense facing towards where the units are going to be coming from, so that you get this kind of kill zone firing from multiple directions at the same area. And it was, I mean, you saw it was just a field of death and 200 kills to 12 losses, which is insanely efficient. But I am going to stop here. So for everyone that came, everyone that watched, I really appreciate that. Thank you. And if you like the stream, you can consider following or subscribing or anything else. But even just coming to watch is also really nice. So thanks for that. And I hope you come back next time.